Hey yo, it's your boy Trippy Bob here. We back in this thing with another reaction video. Hey man. In today's reaction, we are going to be reacting to Don't Try Molly in a Forest animated. But before I even get into this, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, subscribe and press that like button before I even get into this. If you've done those two things, then let's get right into the video. All right.
Hey, what's good guys, it's Austin here, or Luna. So, in today's story time, I'm telling a more funny story. So this took place right before I started doing YouTube on this channel. And I used to hang out with a lot of older friends. Like, I was always the youngest in my group because I just didn't like people.
I could really relate to that shit. I've always found people in my grade weird and stupid. So yeah, I can relate to that shit.
My grade. So I would hang out with people like a couple years older, like a year older. And one time I was hanging out with 4 friends of mine from school, and they wanted to do Molly. Okay, now at the time I was fucking like not down for that.
Damn, I went through the same shit. Might find this weird, but I always would get approached by people that were like a lot older than me, and they would always try to get me to do drugs with them and shit. And I have crazy story times about the drugs I've done too. I didn't really start doing crazy drugs till after high school, so yeah.
Just didn't want to, but my friends wanted to, and I just told them, like, you know what, fine, I'll be the spotter. Like, I'll like be the sober one.
Oh fucking yeah, I was a spotter too. And for a long time, it was just kind of awkward.
It starts going wrong, I'll be the, you know, conscious, normal feeling one in the group if anything goes wrong. So the day starts off normal, right? We get out of school, they go into the forest, there's like this little park thing, and I followed, and they dropped the Molly in the fucking forest. Like, they...
Dude, your friends have courage. And all places, the forest? Really? You're just asking to be scared out of your mind.
Middle of a fucking forest, drop Molly, and just see what happens, right? And it was me and my 4 friends, and everything started off pretty normal, okay?
Kids, do not do Molly. Or you're going to end up like crazy junkie hippies like these 3.
Started with just a lot of laughing and like they were having fun. They seemed to be enjoying themselves, right? And then things kind of took a turn for the worse when my friend ran into an issue that I still to this day just would never understand. So in this forest, you know, there's pretty normal shit. You know, it's a forest. You got trees, leaves, fucking, you know, maybe like an occasional campground or two. But some motherfucker, I don't know who it was, I'm guessing some camper, set a trap in the middle of the woods. I don't know what it was for, a prank, I don't...
I mean, this is straight up true. If you're going to go to the forest, there's most likely going to be a redneck out there setting traps to capture a bear. So, thinking out loud, why of all places would you drop Molly in the forest?
What it was, but it got us instead. Okay, so someone dug like a fucking ginormous hole, like a super deep hole, and just covered it in leaves. So like it looked like just normal ground. And we're walking, and all of a sudden, like, I just hear this noise, and all of a sudden we turn around, and my friend's just missing. And we're like, what the fuck? And then I look, and there's just a hole in the ground that's deep as fuck, and I hear, help, help! And I'm like, did my friend just fall in a fucking trap? So we run over there, and we look down the hole, and sure enough, there's my friend.
Again, kids, do not do Molly. And don't go to the forest doing Molly or any types of hallucinogens or psychedelics. Stick to weed, and if I was you, I would have smoked weed in the forest. Especially knowing that there's going to be animals in the forest. Why?
Sitting there at the bottom of this like deep well hole looking thing with leaves all over him. He's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Dude, I was just walking and I flipped into this thing. And I was like, oh my god. And I was the sober one, and I start laughing because I'm sorry, but like Dude, the image of him just walking and then just taking a step into nothing and falling into the hole, I don't know, I just couldn't get that out of my head and I was laughing so hard.
My reaction is as good as yours. I'd be like, why the fuck would you walk? Knowing that there's leaves there and knowing it looks suspicious?
He's like, dude, stop fucking funny. I'm like, dude, you're fine, like, you're okay, you're not hurt, we're gonna get you out of there, don't worry. So my friends all scramble out, like looking for a rope or something or trying to find help.
You just hate when you are stoned off your ass and you have to look for stuff.
And I'm just sitting there like trying to talk to him and calm him down. And after like 15 minutes, my friends couldn't find any rope, any help, like no one nearby. We couldn't really find anyone. So I pulled out my phone.
Peep the Pornhub.
And I called up the park office. Like there was like this little office thing that had security and stuff like that near one of the campgrounds. So I called them because they were the closest and I figured they'd be able to help us. I was like, hey, so we're nearby the park and we were walking in the forest. And a friend of mine fell into a giant random hole in the middle of the forest and he's stuck down there.
Quote unquote, dropped Molly in the midst of it.
And they're like, what? Your friend fell into a hole?
Yeah, he's tripping balls on Molly in the midst of falling into a hole.
Well, yeah, he just was walking and he fell into like a random hole covered in leaves. And she's like, okay, where are you? And I was like, I don't know. So I had to run out of the forest. I had to find this road. And then I got the street name and I told her that. So she's like, okay, we'll send security out to you. And I was like, okay, great, thank you. So I'm waiting there and finally like 15 minutes go by, right? And the security truck pulls up with one person in it. I was like, okay, like whatever. It's better than nothing, right? I figured you'd had something to help us. She's like, all right, so where's your friend? I was like, all right, follow me. So we walk all the way back to the hole, and I look down, and now my other friend's in there.
Oh my god. At this point, it's pure comedy. Oop. I don't think we're going to be able to get him out today.
With my other friend. There's two of them in there now. And I'm like, what? Why? Why are you in the hole now? He's like, I don't know, I thought he'd get lonely. Oh.
Accurate as fuck. At least he's being a real friend. And at least the third guy didn't get stuck in there.
You fucking idiot. Like, how high are you? And he just smiled. He's like, pretty high. And I was like, dude, just shut the fuck up. I got someone to help us. And the security guard's looking over, just laughing. And I'm like, all right, how are we going to get him out? And he's just like, I have a rope. We can try and pull him out that way. So sure enough, he went back to his truck, got it, came back, threw the rope down there. We all got behind him, grabbed it, and we had to fucking pull them up. And it was hard as fuck, because once we finally got my first friend up, we had to get the other dumbass up who jumped down there with him. Like, I don't know why he would jump down a big hole that was so deep you couldn't even climb out. But yeah, he did. So fucking we get both of them out. And then the security guard goes, you guys, this isn't funny. Like, you can't just come into this forest, you know, walk around here probably all high out of your mind and use this park as a playground. And I'm like, dude, we are not using it as a playground. We were just walking around and my friend fell into a giant hole. Like, why do you have a giant hole in your park in the first place? Like, what is that for? Like, what if it was nighttime and we didn't get reception or something? Like, don't you think it's a little bit weird that there's just like a giant...
That's straight up facts for real, man. Mr. Security Guard needs to take better care of the forest.
Weird trap in the middle of the forest like that? Like, it's pretty weird. You know what the guy's response was? Well, I don't know how that got there. We'll look into it. But follow me back to the truck. I'm going to drive you guys back to the parking lot. I don't want you guys in this forest or park anymore without parents. And I was like, are you serious? We literally got kicked out over my friend falling into a hole.
For real, it ain't like he burnt the forest down to crisp.
Like this trap thing that wasn't even his fault. I mean, I guess I can understand if he was like, you guys are high, or like, you know, I know you're high out of your minds, like you gotta leave because of that. But he was actually angry. Like, he thought we found this hole and we jumped down there for fun. Like, hey, look at that big hole that we won't be able to climb out of. Oh, I'm gonna jump right in. Like, yeah, we got pretty much fucking kicked out of the park for that. This whole like forest area, we got kicked out. But that's pretty much where that story ended. We went back to my friend's house. No one got hurt. Everyone was fine. Everything was good. We all laughed about it after it happened. My friend still laughs about it to this day. But moral of the story is, don't do fucking Molly in a forest too.
Facts, straight up facts. Don't do any other drugs unless it's weed. Weed ain't gonna get you that high.
Like,
Really?
Anyways, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video this audio reaction to Luna's story time, the time we dropped Molly in the forest. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next audio reaction or next video. So, yeah, trust vibes and it doesn't lie. See y'all in the next video. I'm out.